Okay, everybody, it's till Thursday, and it is, well, it's after 4 o'clock, I know, and the sun is starting to set, and we are just now leaving the house
take your hand.
to go for a walk. Huh? Do that? Yeah.
We have an hour. We have an hour and 20 minutes before sunset.
Yeah, so our plans may have changed a little bit. We're not sure yet about sleeping outside and cooking outside and all that. But what we wanted to do was for sure go for a little walk. And Don Denny, who, if you watched our videos before, him and Bonnie, they let us stay at their house for a couple weeks after Thanksgiving and just blessed us. And Don Denny's our favorite Sunday school teacher, and he always told us to always look for the divine appointment in the interruption. Whenever there's an interruption in your plans or in your schedule or even your day-to-day activities of what you think you're going to do and accomplish. And today we were reminded of that. We went to town to get some cover for the tent to Joann's Fabrics, and we were in there for quite a while, and it took a whole lot longer than we thought it would. And then the girl at the cash register, she was waiting on somebody in front of us, and that took forever. And then we went to get a coupon off the phone like you do, and the girl just blessed us so much. Ended up saving us, how much, honey?
About $28 instead of about $7.
Yeah, $28 instead of $7. And I don't know about you, but whenever I've ever gone to use a coupon, it seems like it just doesn't apply to anything I'm getting. So it was just one blessing after another. And then I'm going to let Steve tell you how the Lord used even that 5-10 minute interruption after being in that store over an hour, the things that God already knew ahead of time.
So she said point it up in the air more, not on the ground. So there's the sky today. There's the treetops. So I'll get fussed at here in a minute.
No.
So anyway, we know that God's timing is just as important as His will. And God's timing is always perfect. And sometimes, even though we have free will, His timing always works together. So when we get interrupted, we always look for Him, or try to. And yesterday, we forgot to make a copy of something we needed. So we were getting back in the car, and I said, oh yeah, we forgot that copy. So I go into Office Max to make a simple copy off my phone to print out, which should take a few minutes at the most. Well, 45 minutes later, I'm still in Office Max, and I'm standing in Office Max, and some gentleman comes up behind me. If we can figure out how, I don't think we can put a link in on this one. Anyway, a man came up behind me and said, how do you make these copies?
I'll put his picture on after we post the video.
And I said, oh, it's easy. Just push the button. It tells you what to do. And
Sweet gum. This is
he said, well, I just got to make,
sweet gum trees.
I just have to make about 20 pages copied out of this book. And I said, oh, it's simple. He said, well, would you show me how it works? Can you help me a minute? I said, sure, I can help you. And as he went to reach the book out, it was opened up. What kind of book I like, because I didn't see any pictures. But anyway, I did notice at the top, I said, does that say Psalms? He said, it does. And I said, is this a Bible? And he said, well, It's actually called a commentary. And he said, that's kind of like a study Bible. So he went to explain to me what a commentary was. I said, okay,
Nice.
that's wonderful. And he said, I'm a preacher. I said, wonderful. I said, let me help you here. So I started making his copies for him. And he said, are you a preacher? I said, no, we're evangelists, my wife and I. So we started striking a conversation up in the middle of Office Max and just started having a great old time. This is the way we usually walk and wave to everybody.
Let me turn sideways.
Okay. So, alrighty. We try and keep off camera so you all can see what we're seeing. We didn't figure you wanted to see us, but I guess you can see our Peter Pan shadow. So anyway, we had a good old time. Started having church in the middle of Office Max, and there was some younger folks right behind us waiting, and we kind of sometimes intentionally talk loud inside so that they can hear what we're saying. Not that they want to, but they got to hear the gospel.
Amen.
So, long story short, I could go into great detail on everything there. Let's go through this field. And we just had a good old time. And if you're in the area down here by any chance of Gainesville, his church is Sugar Hill Church. I believe it's a Baptist church. And it's in between Gainesville, Georgia and Athens, Georgia on Athens Highway. But anyway, the man loves the Lord. So we ended up talking. He asked if we could.
Let's go down the hill.
He asked if he could pray for us. I said, absolutely. So we started praying right there in the middle of the store. And of course I didn't know, but I didn't hit final end and get my receipt out of the copier. So everybody else, nobody could use the copier. They just had to wait till we finished praying 10 minutes later. And so anyway, he wanted to bless us, and he ended up blessing us with a very nice gift for our trip. And
amazing.
It ended up that we had forgotten to make the little 27-cent copy, and we ended up spending almost $100 for some last-minute supplies that we wanted to change out something that we thought would make it better for us. And of course, you just can't outdo the Lord, and he said a lot of encouraging words to us, and just blessed us.
Because remember the blessing of the $28 in coupons that we didn't expect to get back from our $100, which is amazing.
So we're just so thankful that the Lord is providing, and not only did we get to encourage him, he got to encourage us, and that's just the way the Lord works. And
a Pentecostal handshake from a Baptist preacher, no matter what the amount, it's just amazing, the blessing. You could just see the love of Jesus all over him.
Yeah, so he came out and got to come out to the car. Charlotte was sitting in the car, and he got to come out to the car and talk to her, and we just had a good old time. So I just wanted to thank him, and I wanted to mention him and his church, and God's good. But you just never know that you can just be having a bad day, and the devil is fighting with us and arguing with us about us going on this trip, and trying to get us to worry about the financial end, and we think we're set. But the Lord just goes to show that he's that and a free lunch. Whatever the need is, he can supply, and we just trust him on this journey. So
what's that?
We thank everybody that watches. The most important thing, as we always say, is we need your prayers, and we thank you for your prayers. And we're just thankful to the Lord for what he does. But I guess we want to say that we wanted to share the testimony how good the Lord is and how good his people are. But at the same time, what I want to encourage you to do is, it's one thing that's changed our life in the last 8 or 10 years, I guess, is most people, they call it road rage, they call it everything else, and people get so aggravated. You'll watch people standing in line and something happened. Maybe they get your order wrong, and maybe they mess up your meal, or whatever the case may be, and it delays you. I encourage you to, anytime there's a delay in your schedule, or your life, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 years or 5 seconds, if there's a delay, perk up and just take a moment and look around, and always look for God in any interruption. So that's what I would just leave with you today. And let's just kind of scroll around at some of the woods. We appreciate you watching. We thank you, and have a great day.
Love you.